is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. You can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubt. And I have my doubt that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. I was just trying to nab a little flash presentation real quick. I don't even know where the hell I came across that site at? Let me see. Oh, okay. So I basically what happened is I did a Google search right before I came on here to find out about this apparent test that it appears that Russia is about to have with a nuclear missile. It's actually a nuclear powered missile, which I find kind of interesting. And so anyway, along my little rabbit hole searching, I ran across a little Nova, little flash presentation. I think I nabbed it. I got the GIF, the player, the CSS, but doesn't look like I got actually the content. So that blows goat. Anyway, yeah, that kind of blows goat. I'll have to mess with that and see what I can come up with. Anywho, squirrel. Let's see. Get rid of that. And this stuff. Well, anyway, it's kind of a typical news day, really. Spent all the time in the flight sim with Fire Marshal Bill. That was a bunch of fun. Actually, way more fun than I think either one of us anticipated, actually. We were messing around. We messed around in the double ender for a little bit, but then we hopped in Comanches and went to Lukla, Mount Everest, to that airport that's right there by Mount Everest. And so we were flying in and out of that. And then we decided we were going to just, go to the nearest airport from where we were flying around at. And that proved to be a hell of a challenge because, we're in Piper Comanches and, we're up there a little ways. So that was a good challenge, a lot of good fun. Again, I don't think either one of us expected it to be quite the challenge that it was. And that's what we were looking for. We were looking for a challenging flight, and we got it. But, and then the airfield that we came in on, that we went to land at, I had real world weather turned on, so it was all snowy and everything. I couldn't tell where the runway was at all. It was just a tiny little bitty airstrip. And he spotted it. I just couldn't see it anywhere. So I actually changed, I changed seasons. And so that way I could, remove the snow and see the runway. So probably a little bit of cheating there, but nonetheless I got down and lived. But aside from that, apparently last night when I was talking about Paul and Steve and having the conversation in the VR chat that we have on Fridays, apparently Paul was watching last night. So shortly after I made that comment, I got a notification on Facebook that indicated that he had heard me and that we should plan to be getting together for another talk real soon, something to that effect. So. And told me to let Steve know. So I emailed Steve, and that way he knows, and I'm hoping Friday. So Friday might be a bang-up time to come and check out the VR news show that we do. To be, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time? I think. Let me double-check that. I wasn't doing it. I didn't do it for some weeks, and it, yeah, 3, I've got it scheduled for 3 to 4 p.m., that's Central Standard Time, but if it goes over, it goes over. It's just, that's just the time slot that I put in there. But it starts at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and as I've said before, you do not have to have a VR headset. You can come in, trying to get windows moved around here. you can come in with a browser and, well, I don't know what happened, but I'm going to click join. Oh, well. I don't think I can get that to come. Something went wrong. Try restarting Chrome. My preview participants. I have no idea. Let me try to... you can't open in a new tab. Oh, well. There is a way. You just click join. It's just not letting me do it. I don't know what my... Oh, I know what it is. Duh. Because my microphone and my camera is in use. So that's why it won't load up. But nonetheless, yeah, that's all you pretty much have to do is come here. You know, I think you'll have to sign up with... it's Meta. It's the same as Facebook. In fact, I think you can use your Facebook credentials. You know, it's pretty simple. I'll be putting out Thursday, as long as I don't forget. I'll be putting out a video with the link and all that for people to join. And any of the prior videos that I've done about it, it's the same link. The link's not changed. So feel free to join us again on Friday. Hopefully Paul is there. And I expect it to be a really good conversation. Really good conversation. Anyway, aside from that, I don't have a ton of news tonight. I've only got 2 tabs open, and I figured I'd make it a quick and easy night. I'm kind of sore, and I'm like really tired. Actually, after I got everything scheduled for the show, got, windows opened up and all that, I went and laid over on the futon for a little bit, and man, I'll tell you what. If I could have, I would have just crashed out right there and been done with the day. Man, just sore. So, weather's kind of jumping around. That's always fun. But anyway, yeah, we had the air on for a while today because it got a little warm, and then sun started to set and it started to cool off. So I'd prefer the windows be open. But at the same time, I don't prefer to be sweating balls. So, let's see. Sip of coffee. Oh, man. Other than that, I wasn't super productive today. I thought about painting aircraft a little bit and then didn't. But flying today with Fire Marshal Bill, that reignited me to start working on textures again for the command sheet. Because that thing is just... Man, is that thing just incredible to fly. There he is. There he is. What's up? Your avatar where? Here? On YouTube? YouTube's? Are you talking you're talking about your avatar on, on Quest. Yeah, do it with your phone, man. Well, that's going to be your regular Quest avatar. Do it with your phone. And the reason I say that is because you have so many more options with your phone. You can actually individually change your shirts and your pants and all of that stuff to where the other way, I think you're pretty well stuck with outfits, So you got a lot more capability to customize. I actually just changed mine. Now I'm no longer wearing what I was wearing. I now have black pants on and a leather motorcycle jacket. So other than that, I look the same, beard, all that same. Just leather motorcycle jacket and black pants and boots. I'm wearing boots now. Which is a much more accurate representation of me. Alright. Let's see. I reckon we can jump on over to these articles. Like I say, I only got 2, so expect it to be a quick night. Game for that. Anyway, I gotta get all that energy saved up to be able to battle the testicular nanobites on the 4th, right? So, I'm gonna use my neck knife here when I battle the testicular nanobites, because once they start activating, once I feel that tingle and they start activating, I'm just gonna just slit them right off, right? Because if I do it then, if I just slit them right off, they can't infect the rest of my body, right? So I don't know about y'all, but I'm protecting myself on the 4th, because don't need none of them nanobites testicular than me. Because it's nonsense, man, and I have to joke about it, because at what point do people get a grip and say, wait a minute, this don't even make sense anymore? I mean, that's like pushing the conspiracy to the flat earth level, you know what I mean? It's just anyway, let's do what we got in front of us here. U.S.-made armor pierced by regular AK rounds, says Rostec. Now, this could very well be Russian propaganda. Why? Well, because it is Russia today, and like I've said many times, you know, there are certain things I'll say, yeah, that's probably propaganda, but they make it pretty obvious. Whether this is propaganda or not, I couldn't tell you. I haven't done these tests. I have no idea. But this is a claim that's being made, and I'll read the article, and, well, if you want to go out and buy some vests and check it out for yourself, have at it. A new video released by the Russian defense conglomerate Rostec has cast doubt over the quality of the military assistance that the U.S. is sending to Ukraine. It shows a bulletproof vest reportedly taken as a trophy from the battlefield, which showed an unexpectedly poor performance during a comparative test. The TV show-style footage, published on Telegram on Monday, was touted as a trial of 3 ballistic vests that a civilian could obtain with the goal of getting maximum protection while mostly retaining mobility. The 3 items put through the test shootings were a Chinese product, newly developed Russian armor, and the American equipment, all more or less corresponding to a Russian BR-5 class of protection. The American vest's performance took the testers by surprise in a negative way, said journalist and defense industry expert Alexei Yegorov, who served as the host of the shoot. Unlike the other 2 items, its chest plate got pierced by a 7.62 by 39 shot from a Kalashnikov AK-103 from 15 meters or 49 feet away. During a later test with a fresh plate, the American vest stopped a 7.62 by 51 millimeter round. The munition fired was a .308 Winchester, the easy-to-buy hunting round, with cartridge dimensions virtually identical to the NATO one. Unlike in Russian rounds, its bullet did not have a steel core, Rostec explained. The next 2 shots were 5.45 by 39 millimeter rounds fired from the Kalashnikov assault rifle. One of them pierced the vest too. The host explained that the bullet hit too close where the .308 bullet landed, the first impact weakening the plate. Both the Chinese and the Russian vests perform notably better with military-grade munitions that Ukrainian soldiers have to deal with in the fight against Russia. Rostec said it was pretty sure that the tested armor was produced in the U.S., but didn't explain how it had confirmed its authenticity. So, you know, again, it could very well be propaganda. And I'm not going to jump either side of that fence. I'm just not. I know we had plenty of our own military members that were raising hell about the equipment that they were expected to use. So there's that. And I know that there is, from my understanding, good periods of time through the conflict over in the Middle East in which they didn't have the equipment they needed. They either had to do without or wait or whatever. But from my understanding, it was a nightmare. Vehicles weren't armored the way that they should have been for the particular type of missions they were being sent out on. Just all kinds of stuff like that. It's like when we went over there, it's like, in a sense, we were woefully unprepared. Really. I don't know, we tore stuff up, but boy, did we sure have some struggles. And I mean, in the end, to get ran out of there, that was crazy. I mean, you know, I'm like I've said before, I'm not somebody to put in charge, not of like a nation. Nah, you don't want me in charge of a military. Because like I said, yesterday or whenever it was, that I have much of fuck it, let 'em die attitude. And, you know, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't have compassion or anything like that. I absolutely do. In fact, I probably have more compassion than a lot of people do. But my tolerance for bullshit is so low. And my patience with people is even lower. So, and it's just my personality quirks. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would take note. I would take note. And, you know, just remember, if they invade, just make sure to get them with the headshot and then use their armor. Just saying. Just, you know, just saying. Pentagon low on money to replace weapons sent to the Ukraine, says AP. Yeah, on the parents sending jackets. Yep. I mean, lots of stuff. Family members and loved ones were sending them lots of stuff that they really didn't have, that they really damn well should have been provided. Enough socks would have been nice. Enough stuff to be able to, you know, foot care type of stuff would have been nice. They were, again, on that woefully unprepared. Not the military members, but the military leadership. Yeah, I heard that was a nightmare. Oh, man. My understanding, you would have been a military man's best friend to send him over some of that, that foot tape? I can't remember what it's called, but that foot tape, they'd have loved you forever for that. Anywho, let's read the article here. It says the Pentagon has warned Congress that it does not have adequate funds to replace weapons sent to Ukraine, which I think is part of the whole damn point, prompting concerns about Washington's ability to adequately resupply its own troops, Associated Press reported on Monday. In a letter sent to congressional leaders and obtained by the outlet, the Pentagon called on lawmakers to replenish funding for Ukraine. The request comes days after a last-minute budget deal was struck to prevent a disruptive shutdown of the federal government, but did not contain additional funding for Kiev requested by the White House. We have already been forced to slow down the replenishment of our own forces to hedge against an uncertain funding future, Pentagon Comptroller Michael McCord wrote in the letter. Failure to replenish our military services on a timely basis could harm our military's readiness. McCord added that if funding requests aren't met, the Pentagon might be restricted from supplying Ukraine with weapons it views as critical and urgent now as Russia prepares to conduct a winter offensive. There is presently $1.6 billion remaining from a $25.9 billion funding previously approved by Congress to replace U.S. military resources sent to Ukraine. McCord told House and Senate leaders separately the U.S. has approximately $5.4 billion remaining to provide equipment to Kiev from its own existing stockpiles. The U.S. would have already run out of that funding by now if the Pentagon had not realized that this year that it had overvalued some equipment sent to Ukraine, freeing up about $6.2 billion, some of which has since been sent to Ukraine in the form of weapons and other aid, AP said. We cannot, under any circumstances, allow America's support for Ukraine to be interrupted, U.S. President Joe Biden said on Sunday. We have time, not much time, and there's an overwhelming sense of urgency. Well, then I guess you better pack you and Hunter's shit up and get over there and fight. Democratic efforts to continue funding the Ukrainian military have been met with significant resistance from some Republican hardliners, suggesting a growing shift towards a more isolationist position among some GOP members. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, whose budget legislation was signed by Biden to prevent the government shutdown, said that on CBS on Sunday, while he supports Kiev in its fight against Moscow, he believes issues closer to home, such as the security of the United States southern border, are more pressing concerns. And, what's his name? Just put in to take him out. Was it Matt Gaetz? Or something like that, I think. I don't know. It's in the headlines. We will be getting to that. Pretty crazy stuff. Oh, man. I am so ready for bed. I ain't got no energy in me. None. Coffee's not even helping. Poor kiddo didn't get her medicine today because Amazon screwed up. So, we'll see. I won't know anything till tomorrow as to whether or not it'll make it tomorrow. But, we'll see. I'm checking real quick now. See if there's been any kind of an update. Always when it's something important. Yep, 7 p.m. package delayed in transit. I don't know what the deal is. It updated, but updated with package delayed. Well, I already knew that. It said that at like 3 p.m. Huh. Only when it's really important. Alright, I reckon I'll run through these so I can get the hell to bed. I got one from last night yet. Ukraine must mobilize youth, says ex-UK defense chief. So, I thought that was kind of an important one to include. Alright, and the rest from this morning, or started putting out this morning. Europe's richest man investigated over Russian money laundering. Russia's national debt reaches 16.7% of GDP. Chinese payment service aiming to enter Russian market, says RBK. Canada, I already covered that. Canada cracking down on streaming and podcasts. U.S. issued corruption ultimatum to Ukraine, says MP. COVID-19 vaccine scientists win Nobel Prize. Zelensky names battalion after former terrorist leader. Top EU diplomat dodges Ukrainian election question. Largest foreign companies operating in Russia revealed. Ukrainians bringing treatment-resistant infections to Western Europe, says health agency. And I didn't realize I put that video out, video out earlier with the article about, the same thing from warnews.gr, but I didn't even realize that it didn't dawn on me that I shared pretty much the same thing out from RT. Half the time in the morning when I'm whipping these out, I'm not paying super close attention. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm watching for anything serious, but if it's not something really profound, it probably won't stick out. Not pre-coffee. I gotta wait till both my coffees are in me before we function. Poland refused to attend Ukrainian military industry forum. Industry forum, yeah. Let's see. Russian beer giant taking Carlsberg to court, says Commerçant. Hundreds seek compensation in J-pop sex abuse scandal. Germany promises to extend EU into Russia. Trump trial begins in New York. Moscow responds to German promise to add Russian lands to EU. Germany sticks with China's Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank. Almost 900 volunteer translators to be trained for World Youth Festival. A U.S.-made trophy armor. Oh, I covered that. There are no pro-Russian Western politicians, says the Kremlin. U.S. government seriously concerned about corruption in Ukraine, says Politico. UK police investigating new Russell Brand allegations, says media. Russian neighbor demands U.S. explanation for revolutionary support. Pentagon low on money. Oh, covered that one. Central Asian state bans unsympathetic foreigners from entry. EU fails to unblock 5 billion euros of aid to Ukraine. China questions India's historic moon landing. U.S. Supreme Court tosses Trump disqualification case. UK minister calls for withdrawal from European Convention on Human Rights. White House sends message to Putin. And lastly, titanic effort required to repair relations with Kiev, says Warsaw. Yeah, they're not very happy with old Zelensky right now. Anywho, I'm going to wrap it up and get it out of here. Probably the quickest night now. I think this might actually break a record. I'm going to get out of here, and I will, God willing, talk to you all tomorrow. So have a good evening. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming tonight. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit, and shalom.